What is going on, guys? SR Tactic here. Before I start getting into this video, I just want to thank my subscriber Big Doc. He's a very active subscriber, and he's the one who gave me an idea of this. He said go public match, knife only, so that's exactly what I'm doing. You'll see I have a really nice start. I get a bloodthirsty right off the bat. So also in this video, it's going to be included in my what I did right and wrong episode, because I'll be giving you tips and tricks for going knife only if you ever want to try it. I recommend trying to go knife only a couple times, because the tactics you use to use a knife, they're super helpful, especially in just like if you're using a gun and rushing and all that. So let me just say I do pretty well for not knifing in a while. The end gets cut out because I got disconnected from Xbox Live, so the part you see is 15-5 and the final score is 19-8. So I probably would have cut the end out anyways, because in the remaining 4 minutes I go 4-3, which is not exciting at all to watch. So if anyone here, like I said, wants to try it knife only, I definitely recommend it, and I'll be giving you some tips in my class setup to use. So let me go into the class really quickly. You can see I'm using the ballistic knife. I use ghost and lightweight, scavenger and fast hands, and extreme conditioning. And then my equipment is combat axe and the EMP. The EMP is very useful for taking out sentry guns or guardians, especially because you can't knife those things in this game like you could in the other Call of Duties. You have to shoot them with a gun, and because you're not using a gun, that's the only way to take them out. And the combat axe is the best long-range weapon, so it's very helpful. Now some people say, oh, it's not a knife, it's an axe, you can't use it if you're going knife only, but they're just being annoying. It definitely is allowed in the knifing community. The perks are pretty self-explanatory, so let's get into some of the tactics I was talking about. First, you always have to rush. There's no point in knifing if you're gonna just sit back and camp. So when you rush, it doesn't mean just be crazy and just sprint. You have to be smart. You have to know what you're going up against, because you're going to be going up against guns. So if you just sprint through the middle, you will most likely be killed. The only time it is very smart to run through the middle is the start of rounds, like I did in this game, because you saw they weren't ready for me. I was faster because I was using a knife. I skipped the flag, which helped me out by getting there faster. So if you run through the middle at the beginning of the rounds, you'll be able to get there fast enough to get in their spawn and make all the plays. Now the second tip is another thing to do when rushing. You have to be very smart and use cover at your advantage. And you also have to learn the run patterns, because in Black Ops 2, there isn't an unlimited sprint duration, even with extreme conditioning. So if you were sprinting and then you slow down in an open area, you'll be easily taken out by any gun or sniper. So what this means is you have to know how long you get to sprint. What I do is I walk around cover or places I know I have lots of cover and it's hard for me to be killed, so that when I'm running down through long sight lines, I can easily get kills by sprinting. Now, this third tips are for last chance of survival. One is ducking your head down when getting shot. Now I know this seems very ridiculous, but it's harder to get headshots for them, and it throws off the shot box. So if you're about to die and haven't done this yet, try it out, and it's hilarious when you survive, because how can they miss you? But it's crazy how many times it actually does work. The other tip is running a little to the side of the enemy. Let's say you go from the left side to the right and then get them. It is much harder for them to aim and pick you off than it would if you were just sprinting straight for them. Now this video is almost over, because like I said, the gameplay gets cut out, so I run out of gameplay here. I hope you liked this kind of video. Thanks again, Big Doc, for giving me the idea. I hope this was exciting. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment down below for other ideas, and remember, always subscribe. Thanks. Peace.